girls, my name is Miss Chandler, and today we're going to be talking about a special day called Earth Day. Earth Day is happening on April 22nd, this Wednesday, and I thought it would be fun to do a little sustainability activity and learn about how we can help save our Earth and our environment. So we're going to be reading this book called If the Sharks Disappeared by Lily Williams, and then we're going to be doing a sustainability craft. So let's go ahead and jump into it. If the Sharks Disappeared by Lily Williams. This is a healthy ocean. It is a balanced environment where many animals and plants thrive. The ocean is home to a lot of creatures. Big, small, slimy, cute, and scary. Sharks have kept our ocean balanced for about 450 million years. Over that time, they evolved into more than 400 species that exist today. So here we have some older sharks from way, way back when the dinosaurs were around to modern day sharks today. Sharks are apex predators, which means they are at the top of the food chain in their ecosystem. The ocean losing an apex predator can cause devastating effects in the environment. So that means that they eat all the other animals. They're at the top of the food chain. Today, roughly between 1/4 and 1/3 of shark species are vulnerable to extinction because of overfishing. What could happen if this continues and sharks disappear altogether? If sharks disappeared, the ocean would no longer be balanced. Although different species have different diets, most sharks typically eat sick, slow, or weak prey, leaving healthy animals to reproduce. If sharks disappeared, the populations of seals and sea lions would potentially explode. And once there weren't any fish left, they'd starve and die out as well. If fish and pinnipeds disappeared, plankton, which is what many fish are lower on the food chain eat, could quickly grow out of control. That could make the ocean a thick sludge. Nothing could survive in this water. If the ocean became unlivable, many species of land animals that rely on the ocean for food, such as seabirds and polar bears, could starve and die out. The loss of those animals could cause still more species further inland to die out. This pattern of cause and effect, called Trophic Cascade, could spread like a wave across countries and continents until animals around the globe were affected, from bees to birds to bears, and eventually to us. All species depend on one another to survive by keeping our planet's ecosystem in balance. Luckily, today, sharks still exist. Sharks inhabit all of the oceans on the Earth. If we remember that we are all connected, and if we work together, sharks and our whole planet as we know it will thrive. And maybe we'll see that what once seemed so scary isn't so scary after all. The end. So as we learned in the books, If Sharks Disappeared, we learned that sharks and other ocean organisms are very important to the well-being of our entire Earth. Along with overfishing, which they mentioned in the book, sharks and other animals are threatened by something called plastic pollution. Pollution is when trash is put in places where it's not supposed to be, like our environment, and specifically the ocean. I'm sure that lots of you have plastic trash lying around. Some of it ends up in your trash can and others of it end up in the recycling. Even when things end up in the recycling, sometimes they don't always make it to the recycling plant. And so this plastic ends up in the ocean, and the fish and other organisms in the ocean eat it and end up getting really sick and dying from that. So in order to help prevent that, we're going to find new ways to use our plastic today. Our plastic water bottle, and turn it from an ugly old plastic water bottle and turn it into a fish hanging for outside. So the materials you're going to need for this activity are one plastic water bottle or plastic bottle, some scissors, different color pieces of construction paper, and some markers. The thing you're going to do is you're going to take the label on our water bottle and we're going to rip it off like so. Then you're going to go ahead and blow into your water bottle so it fills up. So you're going to go see how it's kind of became more circular? And then you're going to screw the lid back on. And then we're going to take our scissors and you're going to hold your bottle like this and kind of start cutting into it. And once you have a little spot where you cut, you can put the scissors in like so and cut all the way around. Like so. And then you can kind of put your fingers in and even the water bottle out some more. And then you're going to go ahead and take your markers and we're going to go ahead and pick the colors we want our fish to be. So mine are going to be blues and purple. And you can do really any pattern you want. I'm going to make my fish striped. So as you can see, I'm just coloring stripes all around my fish. So I'm going to get to decorating and I'll see you guys when I finish. So as you can see, I've colored stripes on my fish and given the head part, so where the stripes stop, is all a pink color. Now it's okay that it's not completely colored in because you want it to be able to be kind of see-through because it's going to be a sun catcher. So it's going to catch the light from outside. So if it just kind of has this like see-through-y color, this is perfect. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make the fins for our fish. So in order to do that, we're going to take our paper, and you need at least 2, but you can do up to 4 different colors. So I'm going to use 4 different colors, and what we're going to do is we're going to cut the paper into strips. So you're going to go ahead and take your scissors and cut right up along like so. So you have nice long strips, and then we're going to cut those in half like so. And I'm going to do one more set, I think. So your next step is you're going to take a strip of paper that you've cut, and you're going to take some tape like so, and you're going to tape it onto your paper so that you have some tape still hanging up, and then you're going to go up inside the bottle. Mine's pretty filled already, and you're going to tape it up. You're going to tape it inside the bottle like so. So I can finish. I'm taking these guys right here. So now your fish has a tail, and the only thing left we have to do is give it some eyeballs. I have some googly eye stickers here that I'm going to go ahead and use as my eyes. So I'm going to put them on each side of my fish, hold it tight. Now if you don't have googly eyes, you can always just draw them on with some marker instead. And that would work just as well and be just as cute. But since I had these googly eyes, I figured we might as well use them today. So you can see now my fish has eyes like this. And the last thing we need is something to hang our sun catcher. So we're going to go ahead and take some string. And you can use any kind of string. I had some random bracelet string lying around. And go ahead and cut it for as long as you want it to be. My scissors do not want to cut. And you're going to take your tape and you're going to take your string and you're going to loop it so that the two ends are right next to each other and you have a loop. And you're going to put the tape over the two ends like this. And then you're going to tape that onto the nose of your fish, like so. And then you can hang it from a nail or anything up, and you can see, you might want to do a double piece of tape. But if you look, when we hang it in the sun, it catches the sunlight, and it's a pretty little fish decoration for your room. So I hope you guys enjoyed that fun craft. The most important thing that we learned today was that it's really important to take care of not our Earth as a whole, but most importantly our oceans, because they play a big role in everything else that goes on here on land and on Earth. And so we need to be more responsible with our plastic and our trash and make sure that it doesn't go into the ocean. And so I hope this was a fun activity to find new uses for your plastic. You can come up with all sorts of other art projects made out of plastic and trash, and feel free to make those, and you can email them to us at Girls Inc. Or send them to us on Instagram so we can see. And you can go ahead and hang this up in your room, and it can act as a reminder to remind you to be responsible with your trash and the amount of plastic that you're using. Really, none of us should be using these water bottles if we don't have to. If you can get your hands on a reusable water bottle, that eliminates almost 200 to 300 plastic water bottles per person a year, which is super important for our environment. So I hope you guys learned something today and had fun doing this craft with me, and I can't wait to see how yours all turns out. I hope everyone's staying safe inside and indoors, and we'll see you all again soon. Have a happy Earth Day. Bye.